The Girls Club, 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 The Girls Club. It's my club and I'm a girl, yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Girls Club. I'm your president, Emily, and we have some new members. Hi, girls. How are y'all? Or gays, or theys. Everybody is welcome at the Girls Club, except for shitty fucking men. That's not to say that men are not welcome. I'm saying shitty men. And you know who you are. But anyways, if you're new here, hi, I'm Emily. I'm the president. I'm Starnesey on YouTube. It's a long story. There's some lore behind the username, yeah. But let's just say it has a little something to do with murder. And not me. But if you Google my full government name, some crazy bitch shows up. Okay, so that's why I go by that on the internet. But hi guys, how are you? Hi, how are ya?
Hi, how are ya?
Jeffree Star trauma. Jeffree, no!
Hi, how are ya?
Oh my god, how is everybody? How is everybody? You guys, we're halfway through August. We're almost to fall, thank God, thank God. I posted the clip from the club meeting last week where I was talking about how I love fall and like the trauma that Halloween party gave me. And it was good to see that all of the comments were literally like validating me in how awkward that party was, because after saying that, I kind of felt like a mean girl. But then somebody literally commented, oh my God, this is Mean Girls in real life. But I was Katie showing up in like the fucking, what was she, like the Bride of Frankenstein or some shit with like fake teeth and stuff. Yeah, so I didn't feel too bad airing out that story. Also, remember like a really long time ago, the club meeting when I was talking about how people were hitting on me like left and right? I know, shocking. But because I had like somewhat of a tan, well, that tan is so far gone. Drake album, So Far Gone.
W's in the
Before Drake was like so far gone himself. Wow, history really is just really cyclical, isn't it? Everything repeats itself. Crazy. Yeah, the tan's completely gone. I'm back to my natural state, which is pale and pasty and chalky. Yeah, so there's that. But how is everybody? How's everybody doing? Doing good, doing good. I'm so happy for you. We got a lot to talk to today. Let's try that again. Reverse it. Flip it. Reverse it. What does Timothy Chalamet say in Willy Wonka?
So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that, reverse it.
I never saw that movie. Never did. I saw that trailer at the movie theaters. And as soon as I saw the trailer with the little Oompa Loompa CGI, this is my biggest. I've got a lot of pet peeves when it comes to movies. But if y'all are OG, you know my biggest pet peeve is CGI animals talking. Like, why are we making realistic animals talk? So like the new Lion King movies is a perfect example of that. But another pet peeve of mine is when they'd use they like superimpose a real person's face on like a CGI character. I hate that shit. So as soon as I saw like the Oompa Loompas were not actually like actors themselves, it was like the body of the Oompa Loompa was like a CGI person, and then they superimposed the face of a real actor on it. Like that shit pissed me off. I was like, I can't. I can't. But yeah, all that to say, I don't remember what the quote was from that, but it was like, scratch that, flip it, reverse it, whatever he says. I'll find it and I'll insert the sound, because that's what we do here. That's because I'm a video editor. That's my day job, bitch. Sorry. So lot to catch up on. First things first. Don't make me quote Iggy right here. Don't make me do it. On the release, drop this and let the whole world bear it. What did she say? First things first, I'm the realist. Drop this and let the whole world hear it. And then she like ad-libs, she's like, let them know. I'm so fancy.
First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole world feel it. Let 'em feel it.
Whole world feel it, let them feel it. I knew it was feel it, not hear this. First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole world feel them, let it feel it. How did we allow that? How do we allow this? You know? I will say, isn't she Australian? Not to hate on Australians because, hey, I've never been there. I know one Australian in real life. Okay. He's a great guy. But other than that, like, I've never been to Australia. I've never claimed to go to Australia. I can't wait to throw that meme up here. But I will say, after the Olympics and the Australian breakdance or whatever, maybe the talent isn't where that is found. No tea, no shade. I'm so fancy. You already know. I'm in the fast lane from LA to Tokyo. So, first things first. Sorry. I'm like, what the fuck was I saying before I went on that, like, ADHD detour? Road work ahead. I sure hope it do. Everybody who subscribed last week is like going up to the top, clicking unsubscribe at this moment. But I wanted to give a few housekeeping updates. Housekeeping. Number one, on the Girls Club Instagram a few weeks back, I had made a couple of Instagram stories saying that I was looking for a social media manager to run the Girls Club Instagram account for me because I know how important it is to post on Instagram. However, I am so gosh darn freaking busy with my real job right now because my boss just had a baby. So I'm basically doing 2 jobs right now and then doing this on top of it. And also I'm still fucking working on a YouTube video that I've been working on for like 3 months now. To put out on this channel, but I just like there's not enough hours in the day, you know, and I never felt that way. I never felt that way before. I was always like, girl, there is so many hours in the day. So you know how many hours I sit sitting on my ass just scrolling in whatever, like that is gone. I envy the girl who thought that way. I'm like, I don't like being like girl boss. Like that's not me. I'm lazy girl core. I am last minute bitch. I am like least amount of effort possible. I can't do that right now. Like right now it is go mode and it's just like, it's so much. So I had put out, I was like, hey, anybody interested? I didn't think anybody was going to slide up, honestly. And I was like, God, I don't know what I'm going to do about this because if you don't know, and if you don't follow the Instagram, at the end of every episode, we do a portion where I put out a question, y'all answer the question, and we talk about it because I want to create community with this thing. Like, that's my whole goal with creating content. It's like, I don't want to be an influencer. Like, I don't care about that shit at all. Like, quite frankly, I have always done this because I want to build a community because I am a person who uses the internet to be part of spaces that like maybe in my real life I don't have access to, and I don't have like currently a big circle of people like that. Like in my real life, I have very little friends. And I love all of the friends that I do have. Like I cherish them and they're very special to me, but there's a lot of things that I'm interested in that my group of friends that I have are not, and vice versa. Like there's things that they're interested in, like but like I've always turned to the internet to like enter into spaces where I, you know, might not have people in my real life that consume that media or care about those things or whatever. And so that was my goal with creating this. That's why I called it the Girls Club, because I wanted to create something that I feel like myself, and I know a lot of other women or, you know, people in general are kind of lacking in life, which is like a comfort space where you know that all of the people here are gonna have the same things that they care about as you. And not to say that we all love the same of everything, you know what I mean? Like, we don't all have the exact same music taste or the exact same like TV shows that we watch or the exact same whatever, but I want to have like a space where people can like meet more people, because that's what I want in my life too, you know? And so anyways, that's the whole reason I like started making content on TikTok and then moving to YouTube. And I did a podcast before this with a friend, and like that was kind of the premise of that as well. It was like we never wanted it to be a opportunity to become influencers, because like that isn't something I really care about at all. I really love creating digital media. Like that is my passion. And I also want to create a sense of community. So that's why I do this. But God, long fucking story short, I didn't want to keep neglecting the Instagram. You know, I don't really use Instagram that much as like a personal social media platform, because the majority of the stuff that I do is video related, and I don't care to post that on my Instagram. I use TikTok for that purpose. So for my personal Instagram, I kind of just use it to like check on people's stories. But I don't really like post on my Instagram hardly ever. So that created a really bad habit of not doing so on the Girls Club account as well. And I cut all these clips every week. I mean, I cut like between like 10 to 15 clips from these episodes every week, and I just don't fucking post them, and it's a waste, you know? And so I put some feelers out to see if anybody would be interested. And you guys, I had over 10 people message me. And you might be like, that's not a lot. That is so much. Like, if you take the amount of followers that account has, which is like 100 something, as a fraction, bitch, that's a big percentage. And I'm no Albert Einstein, but let me tell you something. That's a big percentage comparatively for the pool of everybody. So if you slid up and said that you were interested and that it's something that, you know, you would want to do, first of all, thank you so much for even like considering doing something like that, because it really like took me by surprise, and it really like made me feel like good and made me feel happy that, you know, there was that many people who wanted to be part of this at like a, you know, a deeper level. And not that if you didn't, you don't, but it's just like, that is really cool to me. So I did end up hiring somebody, and I've been working with them on, you know, coordinating how it's going to go and whatever. And so they're going to be taking over starting on August. What is today? Today's the 13th. Tomorrow's the 14th when y'all will see this. He's taking over starting the 14th. So I'm really excited about that. In terms of like what that means, even though he's going to be the one posting like Instagram reels and like sharing stories and stuff, all of the interactions and DMs and stuff will be with me. I wrote out a contract and everything, and in that it is like, and he knows this, it's not like I'm like saying this, but I just want you guys to still feel that there's a sense of security, and you don't feel like it's invasive at all. But all of the like direct messages and stuff will be seen by me and not by him. So if you ever want to reach out, or you ever are like, I post a question and you're like, you want to send some more details or whatever, that will be read by me and not by him. So just to put that out there, because I don't want you to feel like you're losing access to me because he's running it. We're co-managing it. He is just going to be the one like posting out the content that I make for it, if that makes sense. But all interactions in the DMs will be with me, and all of the like questions that I put out each week will be me posting them, not him. But yeah, just wanted to update you guys on that. I have been like grinding away on Canva, making these like fucking cute ass Instagram stories for him to share out. I'm just so excited to have somebody be able to give it the attention that it deserves, because the ultimate goal with it is just to grow. That way people can come find me on YouTube and we can grow this community bigger, because what I really want to do ultimately is have some fucking thing where we all link up, where we all hang out, where we all do something. But it has to grow in order to do that, to justify putting something together like that. So anyways, I just want to give the update. His name is Liam. He is super sweet, super cool kid. He's in his senior year of college right now, and he's been listening since I did my last podcast, which a lot of you guys who DM'd me had also been like that. He's in school right now, and yes, finishing up his senior year. And he's one of the girls, so don't worry. This isn't some like straight mean man who's going to be managing the account. He's one of the girls, don't worry. But I'm really excited for you guys to meet him, and really excited about that. Liam, I appreciate you so much, and I'm looking forward to working with you for these next couple of months and seeing what happens. And but anyways, everybody who wrote in and who said that they would be willing to do that, thank you so much. And I really appreciate just the interest at all. Okay, cool. I ended up talking about that a lot more than I thought I would, but that's just because I am so grateful for having any sort of platform at all, and for having any growth on it. I've been doing YouTube for a long time now, and it is a slow grind. People don't pop out overnight. Even the people who seem like they do, they don't. They've been grinding for years and posting for years, and maybe back in the day people were able to, but now it's very much a slow growth kind of game. And so to see any growth on this platform at all is it's so cool. So just had to say thank you, and to give Liam a shout out for taking over the Instagram posting stuff. And and I also wanted you guys to know I'm still gonna be the person you're talking to. I'm just not gonna be the one posting the stuff, except on holidays, because I'm not gonna make him post on Thanksgiving and Christmas and shit. That will be okay, cool. So, oh my god, last week, you guys, as I'm editing the podcast, okay, I finished recording, I started editing, my roommate comes down here and she goes, "Bitch, do you hear that?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "The meowing." And I go, "Stop it. What do you mean?" There was a kitten in my front yard area. And so these curtains right here are the front of my house. And there's a tiny amount of landscaping right in front, a tiny patch of grass, and then the busiest scary road that you've ever seen in your whole life. Okay, right there. So it's really loud, it's really scary, it's whatever. So anyways, there's this stressed out little kitten. He's back there. It's this little black cat. I don't know if it was girl or boy. I just keep calling it a he because it was giving boy cat energy more than girl cat. And if you've been around cats, you'll know the difference between a boy and a girl cat in terms of their behavior. This was giving boy cat. It was giving very much Yap City, very much when bro would not shut the fuck up, in a very cute way. But so we then turn into, okay, I'm putting a pause on the editing. It's fucking cat rescue time, bitch. When people are always the cat distribution system or whatever, it's finally chosen me. I felt this is my moment. This is my time. And some lore, which I've talked about this quite a bit, but new people show up every day. So it's I don't know when they're going to pick the fuck up. This might be their first or second episode. But when I was in college, there was a bunch of stray cats that would hang around by these townhomes, that I stayed in one of these townhomes, and it was basically right off campus. So everybody in all these houses around us were all college kids. So all of them were feeding these stray cats or whatever. So they congregated around these houses, and it started to get really cold outside. And I am, as I'm sure all of you guys are, I'm one of those people who's do I have any business like taking care of this cat or like stray dog or whatever? It's like, no, but like I won't be able to go to sleep with it knowing like it's going to get like below freezing tonight and like it's out there, you know? So like it was like one of those things. So I create this like box with it. I put all these hand warmers inside of it, like under blankets to keep it warm. I'm feeding it every day. And then eventually we build a rapport. And as I'm going to like fill the food up and I have the door open, he just like walks in the house and I'm like, okay, I did it. We're here. So I end up, you know, taking care of this cat. It has fucking fleas. I give it a bath. I have scars on my hands to this day from that bitch like attacking me in the bathtub. And I'm like, honey, you got to get clean. Like, cause I can't have fleas in my house. Like, absolutely the fuck not. I take it to the vet. I get it fixed. I find somebody who like I knew from high school who's like, hey, we've been looking for like to adopt a cat. Like, we'll adopt him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, the stars are fucking aligning. Okay. So I get this cat to this family. We do like a little drop off exchange. It's in a carrier. Okay. It's in a secure fucking carrier, right? Should have no issues. I go on Facebook literally like 20 minutes after this exchange happens, and I see this hoe who I had just given this cat to for free with all of its like it's up to date on all of its shots. It's been fixed. I gave them like all of his stuff that I had bought for this cat, you know. I gave it all to him for free. You know, it was a stray cat. I'm not going to charge somebody for a fucking animal that I rescued from outside. But that being said, I put a lot of money into this thing because I wanted it to be taken care of and like have a good home. And it was a really sweet cat. It was very affectionate, like loved to be pet and like was very like cuddly and whatever. So I go on Facebook. I see a post. Hey, we lost a cat. We were at a gas station and we opened the cage to give it a treat and it jumped out of our car and ran away. These people had this cat for literally 20 minutes and lost it. And it was soul crushing to me because I was like, how the hell does this happen? How does this happen? Like, and also what the most fucked part of it is like they took this cat like to like 2 cities over. So now this cat is in a completely new environment that it doesn't know. So it's like, I'm like, I'm never going to be able to find this bitch. So anyways, they don't even like look for the fucking cat. So I go drive my ass with my, like one of my roommates and we're combing through everywhere. We're putting up lost posters. We're doing everything. We never find him again. All I can say is I'm grateful that I got him fixed because then at least he can't like make more babies or whatever. Okay. So I'm kind of traumatized from the whole like saving a cat and then giving it to somebody. But this cat, I was like, I can't keep this because we have a cat currently and it's a girl cat. And if this was like another girl cat kitten, like sometimes like 2 like girl cats together, they just don't like vibe super well. But if it was a boy cat, I was like, maybe. But then I'm like, I don't want a cat. I'm allergic. I like for my first pet as like an adult, I've always like wanted a little yappy dog or whatever. So I'm like, I don't want it, but I can't leave it out there. Like that's just, I can't. So one of my friends was like, oh my God, girl, I manifested getting a kitten. Like this is like all the stars are aligning. This is perfect. I'm like, yes. And this friend I trust, like she is like a OG pet sitter. Like she pet sits everybody's animals. Like she is like Mother Teresa. She's like a vegetarian. Like bitch loves fucking animals. Like has like her parents have like a fuck ton of animals and stuff. Like farm kind of vibe. So I knew she would take good care of this cat. I had no fucking doubt in my mind. Unlike that fucking loser from my high school that was like, I should have known better. That's on me. And so we're spending hours trying to get this cat and it's crying so hard. It's the saddest thing you've ever heard in your life, but it just doesn't budge. So I'm like, look, I don't want to stress it out. It's all good. So we leave some food out and it's so hard because he's so cute. He sits like this windowsill right here. He would sit on there. He would hop up on the windowsill outside and sit on there and just cry just meowing. And then when he would stop meowing, he would just sit there and like head on a swivel trying to find something. And when I tell you guys, this cat couldn't have been more than like 7 weeks old. Like it was a baby, like probably should have still been like breastfeeding baby. And so the next day I'm like, okay, I need to go buy a bunch of stuff because this is what I do every fucking time. Because I'm like, how am I supposed to catch this thing if I don't have? So I go get a crate. I go get kitten formula. It's like weaning formula, and I start mixing that with like kitten like wet food, and I'm like mushing it all up. I got like the pate because I was like, I don't want it to choke on anything. Like I'm literally like out here like acting like this is my own baby kitten, and in reality it's probably a feral cat because what I'm assuming happened is like its mom like abandoned it, or maybe like passed away, or maybe like it kind of ran off from the mom. But I don't think this was somebody's cat. I think it was the way it was crying, it sounded like its mom lost him. And he was looking for his mom. And so it was just really sad. And I would like meow and it would meow back at me. Like we would do that for hours and it was really sad. So anyways, I'm trying to like honey pot this cat with like some cat food. And I get like this crate that I put together. It's very small, so it's not like scary. And I put one of those like thunder blanket things inside of it that's supposed to be comforting. And I don't assemble it with the like gate thing on it because I don't want it to bump into it and like hear it and it gets scared away. So it's literally just like creating like a little cave for it basically. So it has like somewhere to sleep at night. So like a bird or something doesn't eat it. I do that for a couple nights and then we just stop hearing the meows, and I kept leaving food out and it didn't ever come back. So I'm hoping somebody else got it inside and is like taking care of it. I don't know what happened, but it was really sad. And anyways, so that's why last week I was editing, like if you follow the Instagram, I like post on the Instagram and it was like 2 something in the morning and I posted on the story and I was like just now exporting because I literally took like a 2-hour hiatus in the middle of editing and just started like trying to like catch this cat like I was on an Animal Planet show or some bullshit. But anyways, yeah. It was sad, but I'm really hoping that somebody got him in, but I'm really thinking nobody did because like it was like a feral kitten, so like it did not fuck with people. Like if you got too close to it, it would start hissing at you and shit. And so yeah, I don't know. Anyways, hope that cat's okay. But all that to be said, I really like, I've been thinking about it so much recently and I really, really want like a long-haired Chihuahua so bad. But I just feel too guilty about getting one right now because I don't live in like a walkable spot. But then I'm like, how much exercise do Chihuahuas need? I've just grown up with labs my whole life. Like I've had black labs my entire life. And like those bitches, like my parents, my dog is like 7 years old and she still goes on like a 3 to 4 mile walk like every single day. And then we also like will play fetch with her in the backyard. Like, so I've always grown up with dogs that require like a fuck ton of physical activity. So I don't know. I really want one, but I also live with somebody who has a cat. And so I don't think this cat has ever been around dogs. So it's like, I also don't want to like make that cat stressed out. Because she's been here first, babes. This is her house before it would be some random ass dog. But I already have the perfect name for a dog. Like I would name it Lucky because of the Britney Spears song. And they say she's lucky, boom, boom, boom. She's a star. So this is going to be the clickbait part of the video. Trigger warning for all the angry comments that say content doesn't start until this part. It's like, I'm sorry, you guys. Sometimes I just have to yap a bit before we get into it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys watch Tana, Mojo, Brooke. We've talked about them a little bit here and there on the pod. I mean, in the girls club. We've talked a bit about them, you know, because these hoes are always in the news, always doing some dumb shit. And with all the Cody Co stuff, like God, last year? Was that last year? I think that was probably what started us talking. Well, actually, I don't know. Clinton Kane shit, and then Brooke being like racist. So anyways, we've talked about them a bit, but they have a podcast together called Canceled, and I would never really watched it. I would only like watch it if it was like trending or something on TikTok, and then I would like tune in. So like for Brooke's episode when she was talking about like the Clinton Kane stuff, like I did watch that because it was like internet chronically online shit, and so I was like, yes, I'm sad for that. But I wouldn't call myself like a fan of the show. Like I was never really into it. And same with like Tana and Brooke. Like I wouldn't call myself like fans of them. Like I've never been like subscribed to their stuff. I never watched Tana on YouTube. So yeah, I just like I'm not like biased to them at all. But they are ending their podcast because they are just, you know, falling out of love with it. And I thought it'd be interesting to talk about because I've had direct experience with a podcast ending with somebody who I did it with who didn't want to do it anymore. And I thought it'd be interesting to give like my perspective on it. Not that it's anywhere comparable because like, you know, that was like one of the most like popular podcasts of the time. And like numbers wise, like had the most viewership, and you know, it drove a lot of the internet conversation for the past few years because of all the drama around it. It's kind of like the genesis of the show was around this idea of like, yeah, I've been canceled, but who cares? I'm gonna talk shit on. It was kind of like a drama podcast, you know what I mean? Or at least that's my understanding of it. But so yeah, there's been so much like discussion about this podcast and Brooke and Tana specifically like on the internet recently, and everybody has just made this shift away from liking Brooke Schofield like as a person ever since her like tweets resurfaced that were like very racist and just ignorant and stupid. You know what I mean? Like I could have told you this girl was not very smart, but like those tweets like told a lot about her as a person and, you know, her beliefs and whatever. And a lot of people were like, well, she was young and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you know, I don't know a single person in my life who has ever tweeted some shit like that, who has ever said some shit like that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, she was just saying a bunch of like racist stuff, and she was making comments about Trayvon Martin, and like it was just a lot of fucked up shit. A lot of fucked up shit that like she blamed or accredited to her upbringing in like a conservative household and, you know, the people that she grew up with in high school and stuff like that. And I just call bullshit on all that as somebody who grew up in a predominantly like white, quote, Southern area. Like I call bullshit on that because like even though you're young, you still have the ability to like free think, and you still have some level of morality. And so it's like you cannot blame everything on your circumstance or your upbringing or the people around you, because at the end of the day, it's like unless you were raised in literally like an echo chamber of like you had not a single bit of access to anything else that's happening in the world, and you're like raised in a cult without access to like the internet or anything, it's like that just isn't a valid excuse. I feel personally, I don't think it is. And you know, I didn't grow up in a house that was like racist or talked down on Democrats or whatever. Like I grew up in a house that was like, I mean, my parents voted third party on a lot of shit. Like, ugh, yeah, I know they're those people. But like, I'm sure I know my dad's probably a registered Republican. But once like Trump started coming up, it was like, that's not the type of Republican that I want to be. So yeah, that being said, like I didn't grow up in like a Fox News house. So maybe that's unfair of me to say that it's not a valid excuse, because like I don't know, like did my dad watch Fox News? Yes, but he was also like getting information from other places too. So it's like, I don't know. I just don't know how you produce that type of person unless that type of person is a bit like that, you know? Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. Because I feel like it, like the other way too, like if you grew up in like a super progressive house that was like always talking about, you know, how important like all of these like progressive talking points are, like whether it be like gay marriage or like women's access to abortions or you know, people's access to healthcare, like whatever. Which is crazy that we're like, these are progressive ideas. It's like, that's insane. It's just like basic human rights that should inherently exist. It's just like, oh God, we're so fucked as a society. But even the child of like those people, I feel like it doesn't mean that they'll automatically grow up like that, you know? So I don't know. So all that being said, a lot of people started unsubscribing to Brooke after that because they're like, you know, you're too grown to be acting this way, and like the way that she handled it and like quote took accountability wasn't great, and she kind of just like dipped for a bunch of months until people forgot, and then she like came back, and so, you know, that has been something that probably put a strain on their relationship as like co-hosts, because, you know, Brooke's name is now associated with Tana's name because they like have this IP together, and the audience became very divided of like Team Brooke versus Team Tana and whatnot. And we kind of saw similar stuff with like the podcast that Brianna Chicken Fry, oh God, haven't heard that name in years, and like Grace O'Malley had when they had that falling out or whatever. And, you know, the majority of people were Team Grace because, I mean, Brianna just gave like mean girl vibes, like, to be honest, and whatever. So that has been what's kind of going on with like Tana and Brooke, where people are like, you know, Tana has really like changed her image over the last few years. She's no longer this like super crazy party girl who like thrives on like shit talking other people, you know. She's really like put in an effort. I mean, it seems like, I don't know these fucking people, but it seems like she's putting in an effort to like disassociate herself from that old version of her, right? Like she's, you know, in this relationship that she really cherishes and is putting energy into, and she also is like sober now, which to me, I think that is probably the biggest influence on her kind of waking up to the fact that, you know, some of the people that she's surrounding herself with probably aren't the best for her and her brand and who she wants to be and who, in the type of life that she's trying to move towards or whatever. Because I will say sobriety is like, it changes your life. As somebody who is sober, it is very eye-opening, and you start like looking at things a lot different than you did before because you don't have that like haze of that clouding your vision. And so, yeah, there's just basically a lot of stuff, but they have been having like back and forth weird on-air conversation like about the podcast ending. And a lot of the conversations are stuff that like I personally would not be having in front of a camera. Like it's like a lot of it should be stuff that like y'all talk about in private. But like specifically in like last week's episode or whatever, they were like talking about, they were just like having a conversation about like, you know, it's ending and you know, what happens next or whatever. And Tana made a comment. She was like, so like, do I just like delete all of canceled or whatever? And Brooke looked at her like so shocked and was like, wait, what do you mean delete canceled?
I don't know. And then it's like, what do I do with this channel? Because it was my vlog channel before. Now is it just like continuing eras and then like all of a sudden I'm like doing something else on this? Like, it's just, do I leave canceled up? Or do we delete all of canceled?
What? Why would you delete all of canceled?
I don't know.
I'm counting on at least like $1,000 here or there from AdSense.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god.
Why would we erase it? Or do you hate me that much?
No, I don't hate you. I'm just saying like the era. Like, you want to delete it all? I've said a lot of things on canceled that I would love to just die.
What the hell?
Well, I guess
Well, it will live forever on somebody's account. They will collect. So we should collect.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, everybody download these episodes. I'm not scared of her now.
No, I just like there's so many things to figure out. I feel like living with brooms.
Oh, like we're like dividing our assets or something?
Just like it's also confusing.
Well, God, like he cheated with 40 women. Like we just decided like
It's so true.
this isn't gonna work.
I know, but then what? So every month I have to see what amount of AdSense for my channel comes. Well, this is like an off-camera conversation.
Oh, so now you're using this channel as your vlogs again?
Well, like, what if I wanted to? It
You
was.
can't. We built it from the ground up.
I'm a chamberlaining it up on this channel. You know, I got it to do now. It's so interesting to like.
No, because I'm collecting. I'm invoicing you
Oh my god, I just don't even know.
from these episodes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're gonna have to work through that one. Imagine we're just in a court battle.
I'm coming for my $30. And she was like, well, I mean, this was my vlog channel before. So the channel that the podcast lives on was originally, I guess, Tana's like vlogging channel. And it had like 2 million subscribers or whatever already on it. So instead of creating a new channel from scratch, they just started posting the podcast on that channel because it originally was just Tana's podcast. And then Brooke came on as a guest for like the first episode. And then I guess people vibed with her. And so she just stuck around, you know what I mean? And then it eventually became their podcast together. But at the beginning, it was supposed to just be Tana's podcast. So in her mind, she's like, well, I mean, it's my channel. Why wouldn't I just like start posting on it again or whatever? And it was so uncomfortable to watch. Like, I didn't watch this whole episode, but I watched clips of it. And then I watched videos of other YouTubers talking about it. And the way that Brooke just looks so shocked is so valid. And like, I'm not trying to pick sides here because I think both these people are just not awesome human beings, and I don't really give a fuck about it. But I don't know what their contract is, right? Like, I don't know what Brooke signed and how much ownership she has in it, and if that has been discussed. But if it hasn't, and Tana is like saying that she, you know, wanted to delete all this stuff, that is like grounds for legal action, in my opinion. Because if you think about Brooke's career on the internet, like, she didn't really have a following until this podcast, you know, and she became the like influencer that she is because of the fame that she got from this podcast. So if that goes away, her like resume and her like proof of employment and success and all of these analytics and all of this information that is very important for like legitimizing yourself as like a creator or whatever is just gone. It's kind of like, damn, what the fuck do you do? And also she brought up a point of like, hey, I was kind of like banking on the fact that I was still going to get paid for the episodes that exist that get AdSense every month, you know, and making money from that, which is also interesting because like, I don't know how that would work with if it's Tana's channel and she's getting the check. Does she then just like have to write Brooke a check? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know, it's very complicated. But if it isn't explicitly written in, or like if it is written in a contract where Tana was like, has sole ownership over the IP, and, you know, once the contract is over, she has the right to like do whatever she wants with it. It's within her legal right to do so and delete it all. But as like a friend, it fucking, that is brutal and really like slimy. And everybody online has been saying like Brooke and Tana hate each other. Like, they're clearly not friends. Like, Tana does not like her and vice versa. And so when Tana brought that up on the show and then was just like awkwardly laughing the whole time as Brooke was like, what the fuck? Like, it just kind of solidified how the internet was like feeling about their relationship being very fake and them actually being like frenemies kind of vibes. But speaking from experience of like having a podcast that you do with like your friend and having like a YouTube channel that you do with your friend and stuff, and then that ending, it is like not like shitty, but it kind of is. Like, when you guys aren't on the same page anymore in terms of like the vision and the goals and whatever, it can feel very like punch in the gut of like, damn, like this sucks because we don't have this same mindset about, you know, this thing that we've created, and we don't have the same drive and the same wants and needs and goals anymore. Like it just feels so misaligned, and you know, that takes a toll on your like friendship as well. Like, so every time I see people like going into business with like their best friends or whatever, I'm always like, I'm one of those people who, because my circle is so small, like I have done all of the things that people are like, don't do. Like when people are like, don't live with your best friend, like you'll regret it, you'll hate each other, blah, blah, blah. Like I've lived with only my friends, and the only bad experiences I've had with living with people have been with people that I don't know, and that ends up becoming a disaster. So like I'm the first person to say like that's kind of bullshit. Like if you have good friendships, like that stuff doesn't matter because you know enough about this person to know like how they keep their house, how they take care of like chores and whatever. Like you kind of know that with your friends if you're like actually close. But I will say on the business side, and not to like speak poorly about this person at all, that's not what I'm saying, but like it does alter the state of your friendship 100%, because you're going from being like friends that have nothing but friendship binding the two of you to business partners that now have a business together that forces you to be on the same page about everything, and like forces you to put in work and put in effort and to, you know, whatever. Whereas like when you're just friends and there's no like contract involved, it's a lot easier because you're not also turning, I think specifically whenever you do like content creation and shit with your friend, it's like it's awesome and your friendship is like super cool, but your friendship starts revolving around the content that you're making rather than you just being friends. And so like I think with Brooke and Tana, they probably started off as like decent friends or whatever, but when your whole life becomes about capturing moments of things that in real life are meant to be between you and the people who you're friends with, and that turns into like capturing those moments and putting them on the internet for people to consume, it does like alter the state of your friendship because it creates this level of like false equivalence to what the friendship actually is versus what are you doing with this person because you know it will make for good content. And that's unfortunately I think what happened with my friendship with my like previous person I did my podcast with. It was like we spent so much time together and it was never bad. Like every time I was with her, like it was always so fun and like I loved doing it. I mean, obviously, because like I didn't want it to end. But I think after it ended, it kind of made me realize that like, and I think she would say the same thing, you know, it kind of made me realize like our friendship, the driving factor of us always being together and always hanging out and always doing all these fun things was because we were like, this would make for a good video or this would make for a good talking point. And then at the end, when we stopped doing all of that stuff because, you know, life happens and people get in relationships or change their interests or whatever, and we stopped doing those things, the friendship was just not there anymore. Like it was just kind of gone because I think I was the only party in that two party that was like trying to keep it alive. And so, yeah, it's hard. And so like I look at this Brooke and Tana thing and it's totally different from what I went through because Brooke and Tana are mega huge on the internet and have people, you know, in their circles that are all also like content creators and influencers or whatever. So it's very like, I don't know. It's interesting with all these friendships on the internet, you know, between these people, because it's like, are you guys really after like having a friend that you like make content with? It's like you don't know until you're out of it, like how deep the friendship actually was, or was it just that deep because you had to make stuff together, you know? So I don't know. Basically, all that to say, I think it's good that they're ending it. I know it sucks for the audiences when shit ends, but honestly, like, you can tell it's straining their relationship. And I don't think they'll be friends afterwards, if I'm being honest, just because of like, there's clearly animosity involved. And like with me and like my co-host, like there was no animosity at all. Like I was just very much like happy that they had found like a path that they wanted to pursue, and you know, they were in a relationship with somebody that they loved, and that's awesome. And you know, our thing ended, but even with no animosity, like we don't really hang out anymore. And that's fine. I've sent the text, I've asked to hang, and you know, I think everybody's just busy and shit happens. But all that to say, like, I think these people, especially if they don't fuck with each other already, like they're definitely not gonna be like hanging out afterwards. So they need to end this thing and just move on with their lives. In terms of like deleting content and shit, that's kind of fucked up. You know, my channel still exists. Not that any of it was monetized ever, but like if my previous like person I did it with was like, hey, I don't want this shit up anymore, I would have a hard time deleting it, because not for anything besides the fact that it's like that was important to some people. Like even if the audience is so small, it's like some people really cared about that. And you know, I wouldn't want to take away the access to that from them. And I also like, I mean, it's kind of like a time capsule of my life over those like 3 years or whatever. So it's like, I also wouldn't want to delete it, because it's like, I'm like deleting memories, and I don't even look at it, honestly. Like I have not gone on that channel in like probably 2 years, like since it ended or whatever. But it still is like something that I know is there if I ever wanted to, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I think things have like a beginning, middle, and an end in all, you know, parts of life. And, you know, things change, people change, relationships change, and that's how it's meant to be. And if they don't, then congratulations. Like if you stay at the same job your whole life, and you stay with the same person your whole life, and you've had the same group of friends your whole life, and you've eaten the same fucking cereal every day your whole life, then that's amazing for you. But like for most people, like people change, their interests change, their passions change, who they are changes. Like we all evolve, and we all should be striving to evolve and become better versions of ourselves or whatever. So, you know, shit changes, and it's hard on the internet, or like when you make content and you have an audience, because they know a version of you that you put out, but like they don't know how things are really happening in the background. And so I'm sure for their audience, it kind of is feeling like, what the fuck? But also I think this shit has been going on for so long with them kind of like not vibing, that even their own audience is probably like, I get it, you know. Other crazy thing on the internet, Matt Rife bought Ed and Lorraine Warren's house. The collab of the century that I never thought would happen. Yeah, so Ed and Lorraine Warren, if you don't know, are the people who, like, all of those Conjuring movies were like based off of them and like their experience as like ghost hunter / exorcist / I don't fucking know. They're basically people who are like ghost people, and they have a lot of like paranormal items, including that like Annabelle doll, which I guess there's been like all this shit, like the Annabelle doll has like gone on tour or whatever, and whatever that means, like, y'all, it's a fucking doll. I don't know. Do I believe in paranormal shit? Not really. That's also just because like I don't really believe in anything. Yeah, really nothing. I just believe in me and you. No, it's like, I don't know. So the thing about paranormal stuff that's hard for me is because like, do I think that people have like crazy abilities? Kind of. Like I've been to tarot card readers. I've I've heard stories about people like doing shit and I'm like, damn, that seems really real. But then at the same time, I'm like, is that paranormal or is that just like, you know, what do they say? You only have access to like 10% of your brain or whatever. So I'm like, are these people just like have like access to a part of your brain that like we just don't? It's like the same people who can like pick up an instrument and just play it. You know, it's like maybe that is kind of the same kind of thing. And I believe in like science, right? So I believe in this idea of like there's like parallel like timelines running all at the same time. And so like in theory, one could travel between timelines or whatever if we had the technology to do so. So it's like, I don't know. I believe in that type of stuff. But like, so I'm kind of like maybe ghosts, quote unquote, like ghosts and like haunted shit is like maybe just some of that, like universes and like black holes and like shit like all overlapping. And so like that can explain a lot of it. But then I'm also like, I don't know if that's even like the case or if it's just like, you know, when you're scared, you see shit that's not there. You hear shit that didn't happen. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's like, am I a skeptic? Yes, that's what I would say. Do I think it's completely not real? I don't think I can say that because like I don't have proof either way. But I will say people who profit off of it, that's where I don't fuck with it. And that's the same thing I feel about like organized religion. I think the idea of organized religion is not good for society. But do I fault or judge people for being religious? No. But I think as an entity, like organized religion is not a good thing. You know, it does a lot more harm than good. So that's kind of how I also feel about like people who like capitalize on like ghost hunting and like all of that bullshit, because it's like you're making money off of this unknown thing that you claim to be an expert on, but in reality it's like you cannot be. It's like people who are like, I've talked to God and so I am the vessel through which you must talk to God because I'm the only one who's allowed to talk to God. And it's like, that's not how it fucking works. Like if God is real and God can talk to you, he should be able to talk to anybody or she or they or whatever. It's probably non-gendered because it's a concept really. So it's like, I don't know. But the whole like, I don't know. Ed and Lorraine Warren give like carny vibes, snake oil salesman, like, I don't know. I just don't buy it. But Matt Rife, the misogynistic filler-filled stand-up quote comedian, is now the owner of their house. I don't know why he was interested in this. Maybe he's always been interested in horror movies. But the internet, like when this news came out a few weeks ago, like the video he posted announcing it has 27.7 million views on it. And it only has 2.5 million likes. So the view to like ratio is not great. But this is the video that he posted about it. This is on the 1st of August, so a few weeks ago now.
Hey guys, super random but incredible announcement. I have just bought the Ed and Lorraine Warren's Home and Occult Museum with my very good friend Elton Castay. If you guys have ever seen any of the Conjuring films, the Annabelle films, or even Amityville Horror, this is the home that inspired all of those stories. This might be the most important and prominent piece of paranormal history in the world. Ed and Lorraine Warren are who took demonology and ghost hunting and paranormal investigation and made it mainstream. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't know what any of this means whatsoever, but if you follow ghost stuff, this is about as big as it gets. So what does this all mean? It means that Elton Castay and myself are the owners of the physical Ed and Lorraine Warren's Home and Occult Museum. We are the legal guardians and caretakers of all 750 haunted artifacts and items in the Warren Museum, including the Annabelle doll. I must go on record and say we do not legally own the items, but we are the legal guardians and caretakers of the items for at least the next 5 years. And what this means for you guys is you are going to soon be able to book a night or a weekend and stay at the Warren's house and investigate the house and the history of the house, as well as the museum and all the artifacts inside of it. This is the most random hobby ever, but it's so fucking cool, man. I should probably collect stamps or something. Might be a little safer. But yeah, we own the house, and we are very excited for you guys to see it. Stay tuned.
So basically, he's opening up this haunted ass house as like an Airbnb for people to be able to like ghost hunt at. And this is where I come and I say, this is why I think this shit is bullshit, because it's like you're now monetizing it. The Warrens monetized the fuck out of it, and now you're just doing the same fucking thing, except now you're opening it up to like the public to be like, come ghost hunt and check it out yourself. And I don't know. I feel like the reason why like ghost shit is so successful as a media, like as like a genre of horror, as like, you know, ghost adventures and like TV shows like that are like very staged or whatever. I feel like that does so well because people don't know about it. Like they don't have like experience ghost hunting or whatever. So when you watch it on TV, you're like, holy shit, what was that sound? Oh my God. And in reality, it's like 20 plus hours of footage edited down to like 30 minutes. And a lot of the like noises and stuff are just like sounds that these old buildings and shit will make. And then they throw some text over it to be like, didn't that sound like this? It's like the whole like Laurel versus Yanny thing. It's just like you just hear whatever you're reading. Like if it sounds like Laurel, but then you see Yanny on the screen, you'll start hearing Yanny. So I don't know. The fact that he's like opening it up and like it's like you guys can come stay here and da 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 da. It's like you're gonna give away the spice. It's like a magician revealing its secrets, you know? And if it is haunted, like if that's real, now you're opening up the public to like fucking cursed shit, which is also bad. So I don't know. It's just a lose-lose for everybody involved. And I just thought it was so fucking random that Matt Rife of all fucking people is part of this, because that is a name that like I don't ever need to see again. Or in a face, I definitely like that face like haunts my dreams. Like holy shit. The veneers, the filler, the fucking yikes of it all. I liked him better when he was on Wild 'N Out back in the day and was ugly as fuck. Like that is the Matt Rife I remember, not this fucking looks maxed fucking to the gods version that just is scary. But yeah, the internet was like pissed off because they were like, how dare he, da da da. I'm like, y'all, who cares? Really, who cares? And if it is really haunted and shit, maybe he'll just get haunted and like amazing. We don't have to deal with his ass anymore. He'll just be like floating in rooms and scaring people. Like, I don't know. He's already scary. He has that. He looks like the Annabelle doll for real. So I don't know. Crazy times, man. Crazy when a old, not old, he's not old, but like a stand-up comic is now a owner of the quote most haunted house in America. Also, it's always this shit. This is how I feel about like the alien sightings and shit too. I believe in aliens for sure. Like to deny the existence of any sort of like extraterrestrial being is just to be like ignorant because of the sheer size of space. You know, there's no fucking way in hell that Earth is the only place that can sustain life. Like that's like statistically impossible, you know? So I'm not saying that aliens don't exist, but I'm saying alien sightings always tend to happen in the same fucking middle of nowhere ass places with the most like low-brained people possible that have experience with these sightings. And you know, it's just like one of those things where it's like the most haunted house in America happens to be owned by the people who hunt ghosts. It's like, come on. Yeah, so not to delegitimize the existence of ghosts, but you know, it's the same thing. Why were there always fucking alien sightings in the middle of a fucking cornfield, you know? Okay, so this week on the Girls Club Instagram, which if you're not following, go follow the Girls Club Instagram. I put out the question. I put out the question, who do y'all watch on YouTube? Just because, like, I don't know, recently I went on a trip with my cousins a couple weeks back and I showed them a lot of the people that I watch on YouTube because we all watch YouTube, but we all watch different people. So it was fun just like sharing who we watch. So I thought I could do that for y'all because I feel like right now content is kind of just at this like weird point where it's like nothing's really sticking, nothing's really like great or inspiring. So I'm like, let's give some people some recs of what to watch. So we have Try Guys, which y'all, this is the cusper in me, the millennial Gen Z cusper. I love the Try Guys. I'm subscribed to their fucking Try Guys Second Try app. I have that shit on my phone. Yes, I do. Let me show you. Yeah, the Second Try app. I don't even play about the Try Guys. I for real love them. Like, so good. When Ned, all that shit happened with him and his wife and him cheating with Alexis, I was just like, yes, I knew this. I knew this fucker was bad. I knew he was bad. So to get him out, I was like, thank God. He was like the most annoying fucking person in the whole fucking room. Literally since him leaving, their content has skyrocketed in terms of like quality. And it's just, as a brand, they've become very like cohesive. And if you only watch them on YouTube, it's kind of hard to see. But like on their app, they have like a whole cast and crew of characters very similar to like Smosh, where, you know, they're doing all different kinds of videos and shit. And it's really, I love them. Smosh, again, love Smosh. It's like the millennial cusper in me. It's like, ugh, something about Smosh like just does it for me. I don't love all of their like Smosh games videos. Like some of those, I'm kind of like, some of the games they play, they're kind of like juvenile and like very derpy humor. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I love Smosh down so much. And then Not Even Emily. Love Not Even Emily. She's so fucking funny. Her and Turtle with Hat did a collab like a couple of months ago, or it may have not even been that long ago. Okay, so yeah, it was a month ago. They did a collab. Turtle with Hat and Not Even Emily did a collab where they like made like this like scripted, half like just vlog style. I don't know. It was really cool, but it was like forming a boy band and it was so fucking funny. And Not Even Emily is just like, she's hilarious and I love her content. She does a lot of like commentary content, but she also will kind of randomly do like where she'll play like a video game or something. I really like her. Trixie. Yes, Trixie. I will watch her. Oh my God, what is her like little show called where she brings people on and they do something together and she like asks them questions? I can't remember. But yeah, I'm not subscribed to Trixie, but I do watch her channel sometimes when the YouTubers I am subscribed to like guest star on her shit. Last Meals, Mythical Kitchen. Yeah, I'm subscribed to Mythical Kitchen. I like them for the most part. Sometimes their videos are kind of like, again, back to the whole like millennial cringe thing. Sometimes it's like too much for me and I get like secondhand embarrassment from some of the jokes that they make. But for the most part, I like Mythical Kitchen's videos. But Last Meals is like a video series that Josh, the like lead chef for like Mythical, does, where he has celebrities on and he like interviews them and they share what the celebrity's like perfect last meal would be. And it's a really good series and you get to learn a lot about these celebrities in a cool video format that's like centered around food. So it's really fun. Johnny Cakes. Love Johnny Cakes. He is also part of like the Second Try cast and he does a lot of stuff with the Try Guys and I just love him. He's so fun and funny. But he does like baking content. Like that's his whole thing. So he's really good. Papa Meat. Oh, I love Papa Meat. I love Papa Meat. I was introduced to Papa Meat through TMG, I feel like. They had Hunter on, which this is back when I was watching TMG. RIP to those days. Thanks, Cody, for being a fucking weirdo. But they had Meat Canyon on, who like Hunter, who is Papa Meat It's just all of his different like YouTube channels. But he is like an animator and he makes like really just gruesome, gross ass animations about like pop culture moments and stuff, and kind of just makes them grotesque and fucked up, and they're really funny. But he has like the second channel called Papa Meat where he does like commentary style videos, and they're fucking hilarious. Like he is one of the funniest people probably of all time. And yeah, he's hilarious. Love Papa Meat. Miss Remy Ashton? Who is that? Miss Remy Ashton? Oh, I know this girl. She's a podcaster, right? Cool. Yeah, I recognize her. She has a podcast with like Zayn and Heath, right? Or am I crazy? Zayn and Heath. Ugh. Tara Michelle. Tara. Tara. Sorry, I don't know these people. Tara Michelle. Yeah, looks like a lifestyle influencer as well. Cute. See, I could just never be one of these girls because, like, my life is so fucking boring. And also, like, I'm not aesthetic at all. Like, my house looks crazy. Like, it's very clean. It's very clean and organized. But, like, the decor, crazy. Like, it would not, it's definitely too niche to ever take off. Okay. Meredith Louise. I feel like I know who that is. Is that the girl who puts a fuck ton of makeup on? And not like, oh, she wears so much makeup, but like she physically puts on like a lot of makeup and like rubs it in with her hands. Is that girl? No, it's not that girl. It is not that girl. I thought that girl's also name was Meredith though. Okay, so yes, another vlog girly. Cute. Check out Meredith Louise. Ava Jules. I know that name because I watch Sinjin and they always like say that name. What's so crazy is like the internet is so big, y'all, because like the way that these people have like millions of subscribers, and I'm like, I would never recognize this person in real life. That's so insane. Yes, another like lifestyle day in the life vlogger. Loving that. Remy and Alicia, aka Pretty Basic. Okay, that's that Remy girl, right? That's their podcast together. These are the girls who like am I crazy or did they like join with Zayn and Heath for a podcast? Don't they have like a whole podcast together now? Or maybe I'm insane. I don't know. I could be wrong. The Endless Adventure. That sounds amazing. A travel vlogging couple. Interesting. See, I don't follow any, like, the only vlogger I follow is Amandy's iPhone, which is Martin from Slushy Noobs, his, I guess now fiance. They literally just got engaged. His fiance's YouTube channel. That's the only vlogger I follow. I love vlogging content, but like, I don't know. I feel like the majority of the stuff I watch is more like commentary or like video game content or whatever. So Cara and Nate, dude, the way I don't know any of these people. Also, I don't really like couples channels. That's just a personal thing, because I really don't care about that. Oh, they're from Nashville. Yeah, it looks like they have like, I mean, these are like giant YouTubers. They have 4.28 million subscribers. Hey, y'all, we're a husband and wife from Nashville, Tennessee. We started a YouTube channel back in the whim and decided to take a year off and go back to travel in 2016. Cool. I think in another life, my brother would have been a travel vlogger. I think he would really eat that up. He loves to travel and loves to take photos of it and loves to make Instagram reels of it, which go off king. So this is who I'm subscribed to, which is seeming like we are subscribed to very different people, for the most part. Some overlap, but this is who I am subscribed to. Sinjin Drowning, Slushy Noobs, all of the Smosh channels, basically. Turtle with Hat, Out of Character, Vanilla Mace, Adam McIntyre, Max Norman, Mandy's iPhone, Swoop, Good Mythical Morning, Papa Mead, Aaron and Joe, Peyton King, Nikki Carrion, Mythical Kitchen, Ben of the Week, Curtis Connor, Chase Bridges, Evil Pinely and Pinely's main channel, Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, and Danny Gonzalez's second channel, Sean McComb, Johnny Cakes, Gen X Pen, Netflix Party, Babish Culinary Universe, Curtis's second channel, Big Joel, Try Guys, Ted Nivison, Shay A, Bisley, Mad Morph, Chase Rutherford, Claire Saffitz, Coy, and Eddie Burback. That's who I'm subscribed to. So if you need some inspo, all these people are, I would say, make more of like, they're not like vloggers really. They make more of just like commentary or entertainment content. It's not really like vlogging at all. A lot of video game playing, stuff like that. So check those YouTubers out if you need some recommendations. But anyways, that's going to be it for this girls club. I know that this club meeting went well over the hour-long mark, but I had a lot to say at the beginning, some thanks to give and some, love to share with y'all because I really do appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for being here if you're a new subscriber. And if you're an OG, shout out, y'all. I love you. I love you. But anyways, I will see you guys in next week's club meeting. Love you. Bye.
The Girls Club, 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 the Girls Club. It's my club and I'm a girl, yeah.